So I thought I would share a lesson that I learned as a personal trainer a few years back, not too long ago. I had a client who's a physician, and he has to deliver news sometimes to people to let them know that a family member has passed. And on one particular day, he had to let a family know that their infant son had passed away. And so he was having a rough day, and he drove home after work. And when he arrived, his wife was upset because she also had a bad day. But in her case, it was something simple. She had ruined dinner, I think it was something like that, like something that for many people would seem insignificant, I guess, or maybe less significant than having to tell somebody that their child had passed away. And so I was asking him, like, what is it like to go home and have your wife upset about something that to me seems pretty simple, and you had to deliver some really terrible news to somebody. Like, it seems like that would be a really difficult thing to do. And he was really clear in explaining to me that the pain that a person is going through is relative. And in her case, what she was experiencing was very real to her. She had a rough day. He had a rough day, but he didn't feel that it was best for him to say, well, I know you had a bad day, but look what I had to do. Like, mine was even worse. I deserve the sympathy, you don't. And I felt that was a really good way to see how to deal with people when you're dealing with them and they have some sort of problem or some sort of issue that's come up, and they're struggling with that. They're sad about it because in their mind, in their heart, that's very real to them. The pain that they're feeling is very real. And as personal trainers, clients start to get close to us. We spend an hour, sometimes longer, with a client at a time, and we're in this environment where a lot of times they're being vulnerable. They're telling us about what they're afraid of, what they feel. They're sad about the way they look. They're sad about the energy level that they have. They're stressed out about work, family, whatever. And so they're opening up to us. And I think it's really important for us as trainers to remember that when somebody is sharing information with you, it's not comparative. It's not to see if you are suffering more than that person or have suffered more than that person or if you're stronger than that person. I think it's very important to remember that we are allowing them to open up to us, hopefully enough that we can understand what's driving them, what's motivating them, what's keeping them engaged in the routine. At the same time, we can't allow that to affect us either. So there do need to be some boundaries in place, of course, but I also think it was a good lesson for me because I had a client years ago that would complain to me incessantly, like the whole time, from the beginning of the session to the end of the session. She would explain to me how sad she was. And at the time, I remember I was training her one day, and she was in great shape. She didn't have to lose a lot of weight. She was trying to lose weight. I didn't even feel that she needed to lose too much at all. Like, I think we were just trying to get her into a spot where she felt really good about herself. It wasn't like she was, she didn't need to lose like 60, 70, 80 pounds. It wasn't like that. She was just trying to lose a couple pounds and just kind of feel more energetic. So she had, a, a good physique. She was strong. She was capable, and she would complain constantly. And there was a guy in the gym that was missing a leg. He had lost it. I think either he was born without the leg or he had lost it at some point, and then he had some deformities on his arms. And as a result, he had worked with physicians and physical therapists to come up with equipment that he could bring with him to the gym that he could use so that he could grip handles, he could hold on to bars and rails, and he could do the exercises with what he had. And one day as she's complaining to me, I said, look, that guy over there always has a smile on his face. He's very optimistic. He's very friendly. He's outgoing. Always says hi to me, and he's missing a leg. He doesn't have the same abilities that you do. You have all these abilities, and you're upset about everything that goes on in the course of your day. Not to mention, she had a pretty good life too. And I look back at that moment now and think that was the wrong response for me. She thanked me at the time. She said, "Thank you. You're right. I do appreciate that I have what I have, and I'm going to push harder." And she kept working out, and everything was fine. It wasn't like she got upset with me. But now when I look back at that, I think about the problems that woman was having. The depression, the sadness, the anxiety, whatever she was dealing with. I probably would have handled it differently today, having had that conversation with that doctor. But I bring it up because I think it's important. You're going to see lots of videos coming out from me on my book, When Personal Training Gets Personal, talking about the boundary types that are out there and how to manage those. So for the longer form videos, you're going to see those on YouTube. For the shorter form videos, you're going to see those here on LinkedIn and probably in other places like Facebook. But just wanted to make you aware that this is something that was on my mind today. It was a lesson that I learned, and I hope that it's beneficial to other trainers out there. So that's it for now. Subscribe to to my channel if you would, and let me know what you're interested in, because I'm happy to help personal trainers improve the quality of their work. Make sure that you're treating your clients with the best possible service you can, and I'll see you next time.